Okay, so now we are in the fantastic state of New Hampshire, and we were spending time up in the Laconia area where Lake Winnipesaukee is, and we went to the Goodwill up here, and let me tell you, it also did not disappoint. The prices here were fantastic. I was looking at this pottery piece. It was only $3. This beautiful little floral vase was $3, but I do believe it had a made in China sticker underneath the sticker because yep, there it is. I was trying to see if it had a maker on it, but that's okay. It was still pretty. You can still like it. That was definitely a more modern piece of pottery, but I still like looking at them. I loved this mug. I'm like, it's a handleless coffee mug. That would be perfect. But I have enough mugs. And then this red heart caught my attention. I'm like, what is that? But the red was flashed on and it was a candle votive. So after close inspection, I didn't think it was anything special and I put it back. And then I found this knot and it was $10. And I'm like, I know people used to collect these and they're modern, but I'm not so sure if people still want those or not. It's been a minute, so let me know. What do you think? Should I have gotten that? And then I found these Fenton candlestick holders, and they were in the lotus pattern, and they were clear. They were $3 for all three, which was a great deal. I wish there was a fourth one so I could have two sets of two, but they were clear, so I left them. They had some teapots here, which were adorable. I don't pick up teapots that often, but I still look at them because I like them. I'm not sure who that maker was. I never heard of them before. And then down here, there was some more ceramics. There was this real pretty picture and it had florals all over it. Another teapot. I kept going. Let's see if we can find anything fantastic. All right, down here. Ooh, I missed that red picture up there. What is that? The things you miss when you're recording. Okay, so I had to like take a sharp turn right there because some lady was like right next to me. I'm like, what are you doing? So over here I decided to look at this set of dishware, and it was made in Japan, and I thought it was just beautiful. I loved the florals on it, and they were selling them in stacks. So I thought it was weird to separate the cups from the saucers, but whatever, it's fine. There were still good prices. I think they were like, the whole stack was like only like $9 or something. I do believe this was a Fenton covered candy dish, and what threw me off about it was that it was etched on the side, and the etching looked really crude, like definitely not something Fenton would have done in my opinion. And I'm like, I'm gonna put that back. Somebody probably did that themselves. And then I found an empty ring container. Okay, there was no ring in it, and they wanted $3 for a ring container. Oh well. All right, let's keep going. If there was a ring in there, I would have paid $3 maybe. Smiley face mug. All right, over here, this vase caught my attention. I don't know, it was the colors, I think, the pastels, the orchid, and I believe it was like $6, I think. But I'm looking at the vases, seeing if there's anything I really need to have. That was definitely modern, but I liked it. There was a lava lamp replacement. Lots of red vases. This one looked like it might have had a little bit of age, judged on the sticker on the bottom. It was just okay. It was just okay. So I put it back. And then I kept going, and oh, look at that piggy with the shamrocks on his butt. How did I miss that? Wait, I think this was an Ainsley little painted bud vase. Maybe not. I'm not sure. It had butterflies on it. This bird picture really caught my attention. It was like partly a print and then partly hand painted, and it was signed in the lower right corner. I flipped it over and come to find out it was like $39.99 at probably like a Home Goods or something. But I really, really liked that picture with all the birds on it. I have nowhere to put a picture. And then this one really threw me off. I thought for sure this was going to be a hand stitch, like a sampler, and I'm like, wow, that's beautiful. I can take that out of the frame and ship it real easy. But then I'm like looking at it closer, and I'm like, I think it's just a print. It's not an actual cross stitch, it's a print. I stared at this thing, let me tell you, for a long time, trying to figure out if it was a print or a real sampler. And the back was like Michael's framing, and it still threw me off. And I just decided it was a print. All right, so these were adorable little Thanksgiving candle holders, and they were signed. They were $2 each, but I'm not familiar with them, so I left them. And then there was a made in China turkey basket, because why not? Thanksgiving is almost here, y'all. It's almost here. All right, let's keep going. Over here, there was some supplies for offices, which I skipped over. And the end caps had some good stuff. This was a pressed glass amber little creamer. It wasn't that bad, except for the spout had some chipping on it right there. So I had to leave it behind. It was just not forgivable. And then over here, I had a look at the furniture. This clock caught my attention, but it was definitely modern. And I just wanted to see if there's any furniture that I could use in the van. I have one more piece in my mind that I want to pick up. No, it's not a student's desk, but I still want to check it out. Like, the furniture was super cheap. It was like $5, $10, $15. I think 15 was the maximum I saw on the furniture, which I thought was very fair. And then down here, I'm just looking for no reason. I am usually not the type of person that goes to every single section. I just don't have enough time in the day to do that. And I know that's not wise, because people put things where it don't belong, and you can find some good stuff that people moved, but it is what it is. I found this tray, and I really love the floral design on it. And I was thinking, wow, if you put that between like two boxes, it could be like a nice stand. I'm trying to read who made it, and like, what am I talking about? I don't need this for the van. I was not thinking about for resale. I just really liked the aesthetic of it for the van. I'm like, where am I going to put that? I kept going. That vase was pretty neat, but this mushroom jar caught my attention. That was like someone's decoupage project. I put it back. It was, I don't know, I put it back. The ashtray was $1, and I'm like, well, that's a good deal. I contemplated getting it, but I don't do ashtrays that much, unless they're Murano. Look at that candle. That's so pretty. And then these happy faces kind of made me smile and made me think of Yvonne, but like, look at them. They're like stacked happy faces. I probably would have picked it up and shipped it to her, except it had some chipping and it would have condition issues on the back, so I did leave it. And then this bowl was really well done. It was a studio pottery piece. It was signed on the back, and I don't remember, $3, $5, and not knowing enough about it, I don't know. It was very limited in audience given the saying on it. It was something about, I don't even remember, like having a good day or forgetting the bad or something like that. And that jug was made in China. This little Christmas bird was adorable. There was some paint loss on the hat, which is normal for the red. Yeah, just wasn't special enough. I kept going. And then this was a Lefton boy, which again surprised me. The Lefton has been surprising me like crazy. I've never seen this one, and it looked like a little altar boy. So I don't know. I thought the audience would be limited if I purchased that, so I left it there. And then I'm looking over here in the other Christmas, not seeing much that I would want to pick up. I don't think any of that was vintage. These really caught my eyes, and it was textured. Like, the actual photograph part was textured. They were $2 each, which I didn't know what to do, because the outer edge looked like it was copper, and I really loved that it was a covered bridge in an old barn, and that is like so quintessential New England. Like, I actually went through a covered bridge just the other day when I was in Vermont, and I'm like, wow, this is just home. Like, this is what reminds me of being in New England. Ultimately, I put them back. No room in the van for them. And then these containers were Beanie Babies. So $25 and $15, depending on which one you picked, were Beanie Babies. And there was a toboggan. The toboggan, I think, was only like $15 or something ridiculous. Like, man, I would have so much fun with that when I was a kid. I used to go sledding all the time. And then there was this like quilters sample, and I don't know, it wasn't extremely well done. My sister quilts and she does a really good job, and I thought that was just okay. Sorry, whoever made it, if you're watching, I'm sorry. But the pictures seemed to be where it was at, so I had to look like one more time, and I didn't find anything. I found this bunny. Somebody gave him a black eye. Like, they gave up. They're like, ugh, I tried to make this one eye. It didn't work, so I'm going to make it look like he's just winking and closing his eye. It made me laugh. All right, and then I went to the Laconia Antique Center, and I'm the worst. I don't remember ever where I go, and I've been here before, and I just did not feel like filming, but I found these 2 Strathern paperweights that were amazing. They have the 8 spokes, the 8-point stars, and they're Millefiori, and I just loved them. I love the color on them, and I paid $50 for both of them, and they still have their original stickers on the back. Of course, they're Scottish, and I picked those up, so I was happy with that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I know this was a short video, but the next one will be a long one. I'll see you then. Bye.